Game Day.
What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? You're on another episode of Chiefs Focus Live post-game show. We got Caleb, we got Thiz, got the old man that's kind of frustrated, but I understand. I'm trying to understand. But I'm frustrated, guys. I don't know about you, but I'm a little irritated with a couple of things. The rest of it. Hey, by the way, I just real quick, anybody that's on that bullshit narrative that the refs are giving the Chiefs calls, that ends tonight. Because that roughing the passer was not roughing the passer. The dude weighs half. That dude is skinny compared to Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson ate 4 or 5 tubs of ice cream more than that dude does every day. I don't want to hear about how he roughed him. He didn't put all of his weight on him. He tried to brace himself. That was wrong. So anybody that wants to say that the Chiefs are giving, whatever. I mean, whatever. It is what it is. But how you guys doing? What do you think of the game?
Not bad, man. Not bad. This, you doing all right over there?
Yeah, I'm cutting in and out, but the game was very mundane. That's the best word I could use for it. Mundane is. It was tough. Like, I thought they were going to come in and handle business, and it looked like that at first. It looked like that's exactly what was happening at first. But then we get down there and Mahomes throws this interception, and then we just do this little tug back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's like a cat playing with a rubber ball or something. And I'm like, dude, can we just put this game away? And it's like they wouldn't go away. Then they scored the touchdown, and it's like, oh, okay, now we got to do something. And let me just say, the defense is legit.
Yes, they are.
Everybody else can say whatever they want to say, but that defense kept us in that game, or not even in it. They're the ones kept giving us opportunity. So we got to realize that and almost lean into it. In fact, to be fair, I know your thoughts, Caleb. You think we should get another receiver. I can't wait till what's his face comes back, because he comes back after this game. 49 old
Charles
Omenihu.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. But bringing one more defender in here. No, actually, we don't even need a defender. But I think this team is really good as it is. But we do need to consider in the future figuring out who's going to be like that next guy. But Justin Ross I think he's going to do well in this offense. Now, with that, I'll shut up and let you say something.
Go ahead, JP. I know you have. Go ahead. I'll let you say a piece, brother.
I'm just going to say a few things. Look, man, I don't know. I mean, I get it was a practice game to a degree, and Nick Wright said it. Everybody else, you said it, Caleb. I just don't look, man. Sean Payton is Sean Payton. The smirks on his face every time he was calling a play, like he knew he had our number, just pissed me off. And understand this. I was sitting at my daughter's concert, Caleb. I had the one phone, right, that I was videotaping my daughter play, guitar. And the other phone was underneath the program with Prime Video playing on it. Okay. And I was sliding that shit. Oh, okay, score, okay, all right then. And then I would get the elbow from my wife. And then the guy sitting next to me was like,
can I see?
So it was, and I'm in the front row.
You're honest.
Hey, dude, I'm in the front row this far from the stage. I know the teacher saw my phone. I know he did. But hey, man, it is.
You're going to have to get over it. You're going to have to get over it.
JP's like, I'm watching this game no matter what.
Damn, Skippy, I was. I don't like this, the wide receiver sneak, the tight end sneak. I don't know if I like that.
None of us do.
And it's got to end at some point. Hey, what's up, Chiefs Talk? Man, I've been waiting for you to join in. You're always on the road, on a plane. You're always somewhere. Yeah, man, I don't know if I like that so much, but at some point maybe it'll work. I don't know. But I will say this. Rasheed Rice is absolutely legitimate.
He's legit. Yep.
He is absolutely a
He can
legit
play.
player. He can play the game. Anybody wants to say he's got drops, you don't know football because everybody has them. In fact, Devontae Adams had his first 2 years. So let's just not read into too much of that crap. But second of all, Travis Kelce had 124 yards on 9 receptions tonight.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. Mahomes went for 306, no interceptions. That's not too bad.
Hey, he had to perform in front of his girl, man.
Yeah, man.
His girl was in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And that tells you a lot because last night she was in New York watching her premiere of her concert movie, which I don't even know what the hell that is, but I guess it's some kind of movie that they made about all of her concerts. She went to that. And apparently that thing's going to gross more money than Avatar. So, I mean, who knows? But regardless, a win's a win. I like what I'm seeing out of certain guys. I think that there's other guys that need to step up a little bit, and I think they're going to. It's just going to take a little time for them to acclimate.
Mm-hmm. No, that's fair.
Some of the play calls had me pissed off. Man, there was one time I'm sitting in this auditorium with all these people, and I see this play, and I'm like, and I stop myself. And I'm sure somebody thought I was having like one of them. Bro, I did. I texted this in the middle of it, and my daughter's up there, and I'm like, that motherfucker. But somebody probably thought I was having a
You made that guy's night, though, because he had the game on the phone.
Oh, you know I did. Well, look, he was 30 for 40, 306, 1 touchdown. He did have an interception. I didn't think they called that. Apparently, I missed that interception. I thought they didn't call that interception.
Well, his hand got hit as he threw it, and then Justin Simmons just was at the right place at the right time. So, I mean, it really wasn't his fault. I think it was supposed to be an incomplete pass, but when he threw the ball, his hand got hit. His arm got hit.
Okay.
So
it was supposed to be an incomplete pass. He tried to throw it all the way away, but his hand got hit, and that's why the second one he threw way, way deep into the end zone, so nobody could get it. He made sure nobody could get it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, you know what I love about him? He's sitting here and he's talking about, they're asking him questions about, the difference between last year and this year and what the wide receivers. He said they all know their routes. He said I made the mistakes. Well, I mean, the dude's straight up, man. I mean, there's nobody. Somebody said he said this is not normal for anybody out there talking about how Patrick Mahomes plays the game, which is true. I think it's Fitzpatrick that's talking. But anyway, regardless, this defense is straight up legit.
Yep.
Straight up, hardcore legit. Anybody wants to say anything different, they can rank them 8th, they can rank them 6th. This secondary is the absolute best secondary in football. There's nobody that's been able to do what they've been able to do in this amount of time. And most of these
Russell
guys
Russell Wilson, 95 yards.
Yeah.
2 interceptions.
Yeah.
2 interceptions and 1 touchdown. Those are crazy numbers.
Hey, and
I wish we could have pitched the shutout.
Well, here's the thing. Did you notice, Caleb? Before he threw that one, I think it was about an 18-yard pass to the right hash mark, he was at 57 yards on the night. Yeah. And that was in the 4th quarter, bro.
For Kelce?
No, for
yeah. He did not look good, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about too. I mean, the offense is a little concerning. I feel like they have to trade for someone because I just don't see them picking it up. And it looks like Watson might have broke his elbow or
that's what
something.
It looked like.
So they need someone to come in and that can help. And also too, if they can bring someone in, a top-notch receiver, it's gonna help. Now I know they're saying McCole Hardman. Look, I like McCole, but I don't think that's even worth it to even bother to try that. Why? You need a wide receiver, a number 1 that can come in and help. And also, defense is legit. top 10. If the Chiefs end up having a huge run this year, it's because of defense. The run game did good, but I do agree with you, JP, and I knew this was going to happen for the game. It was going to be one of those things where it was basically the Chiefs were going to dominate, but it was a slow burn over time. It should have really been like 28-0 at halftime, really, but it was 13-0. Then the Chiefs scored a field goal. So I mean, it's like I understand what they're trying to do, but it's also like when you look at it as a whole, you're kind of like, why are they doing the same stuff over and over and over again? Like, why are we doing the QB sneaks with the wide receiver? Everyone knows where it's coming unless you're going to have it to where it's lined up for the wrong guy. So I don't know what they're going to do. Obviously, they're trying to get cute little things, but look, they won now for the 16th straight time against the Broncos. There is a rivalry that's taking place. So and this is my hope that this happens, but this is what I think will happen. The Chiefs are going to be rumored, then trade talks to a receiver, and they don't make a move, and then we end up losing the playoff game because the receivers don't show up. I truly believe that could possibly happen. Not saying these guys can't get it done, but you need a more veteran presence in there. You have the money.
Man.
You can do. I just really believe that they're going to struggle this year if they do not have another veteran receiver. Because yes, they've done some things, but you need that other guy in there that can really help. Yes, they were able to figure out that last year because they had Juju, but they need another Juju-like caliber player to help. There's players out there, but I don't know.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you one thing. Do you think, given this is week?
5.
This week 5. Okay, so do you think that Andy, Nagy, Mahomes have all had this kind of plan to a degree to let these guys get acclimated, play pretty vanilla, do the practice games like they've been doing, since it's kind of a soft, really is a soft first for this team. It's a soft first start of the season, first half of the season, as far as strength of schedule is concerned. Do you think they're just going to let them break free going, like when they start to hit those harder games like Miami, Buffalo, Cincinnati?
That's a tough one because when you look at the way the Chiefs have operated, normally rookie wide receivers aren't really jumping off the page really that much. Now, Rashee Rice could be someone different, but I just feel like if they let them jump off the page and they're not catching the ball, that's going to be huge. So I'm just feeling like, yeah, you're getting acclimated, but this would have been a perfect game to see what Justin Ross could do. I mean, this was a perfect game.
It was.
But they didn't do it. So it's kind of like I understand what they're doing, but also, too, I feel like you got to prepare for the future. But I just believe you got to get a receiver. You got to. But what probably is going to happen is they won't do it. They'll probably sign Frank Clark back, another defensive player, but they won't do it. And in that case,
no, thank you.
In that case, I believe the Chiefs, the defense will have to carry them in certain instances because they're going to be going against some teams that can score. Dolphins, Buffalo, Chargers. I mean, there's some teams that can score. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I will say I'm a little concerned moving forward. Not saying the guys can't play, but we need some more consistency there. So
now,
personally,
go ahead.
Personally, I think the defense should carry the offense at some point because we've had it up to this point. The offense has carried the defense for a long time. This is just retribution.
Yeah, but you still need some offensive play. Like, I'm not saying Nagy and them can't call plays or anything, but you still need a X-factor receiver like Juju when you really need him, or like a Tyreek Hill to those degrees that can help.
I don't disagree with you. I just think that this is the defense just finally paying the offense back for everything that they've done. And maybe, we still do need some firepower. I do not disagree with you there. I do not disagree with you. I just don't know what that answer is, and I wish I did know what that answer is. Like you're not trading for Mike Evans because and Mike Evans is the body type that I would want to come in here to help us. Go ahead.
Yeah, and the only person, before we move on our offense and defense MVPs, the only person I think they could do something to maybe, and this is stretching it. It could be D-Hop if and only if we see the Titans implode the next couple of weeks and he just doesn't want to be there. If and only if. Maybe they can work something out. So. They said
what kind of draft pick do you think that would take?
A 4th. He's not doing 4th or 5th. He's not doing much this year.
Who's that?
For Hopkins. A
Oh,
4 for a
DeAndre
fifth.
Hopkins. Yeah.
I mean, you could go as high as
Do
a
we have the
third.
cap space for it though?
That's why I believe the deal could be worked out.
Hmm.
And
Uh,
it's they
Interesting.
said Watson's elbow, it's not broken. That's what Andy said. I just saw
oh,
the
thank
tweet.
God,
Yeah, he
man.
said,
When I saw, look, man,
yeah,
when I saw
elbow
that
not
happen,
broken.
okay, that's good because when I saw it and then I went back and I immediately flipped over to all 22 and I watched it in slow mo and it looked like his arm just buckled backwards and I went, oh God, he just broke his arm. And even my wife, which doesn't know anything about football, but she plays a doctor on TV. I don't know if you guys knew that, but she even said, she goes, oh, he broke his arm. I said, it sure looked like it, didn't it? She goes, yeah, it looked like he broke his arm. And I'm thinking, oh man, not Old Faithful. Because it's always
JP,
reliable. I love that dude. Oh, let me answer this dude's
check
question.
check the comment. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't think if he's out for the year, probably so, because they're going to need somebody to step in. Here's my thing: McCole Hardman's getting cut. There's no doubt about it. He's getting cut. It's going to happen probably within the next week, if not sooner. Nobody's going to trade for him right now. I don't believe. Unless it's an AFC West team, which could be, of course, the Raiders would do it just to beat Jackoffs. But here's the thing. I am all for bringing in another wide receiver to help. What I don't want is a product of what we have right now. There's this old saying that you can't teach
Precisely.
old dogs new tricks. And you bring in a guy that has played in a certain system or an easy system or has done things a certain way for 8 years, 7 years, whatever it may be, and then you drop him in a system with Patrick Mahomes that's the most unorthodox quarterback that's ever played the game, and then Andy Reid that's got this playbook, that it would take 3 years for Stephen King to read, and you got to worry. That's what worries me. Now, if you did bring him McCole Hardman back, at least he knows the system, and he's fast. You can get him downfield. Hopefully,
but we know what we're getting
make
from
some
McCole,
catches.
though. We know what we're getting from McCole. He's not that dominant guy we need that can step in the big moments.
We may have that in Rashee Rice, though. If he had somebody on the opposite side to help him along on
Hardman's
a consistent basis, that's all I'm saying. Somebody that knows the system. That's it.
I'm gonna tell you, Hardman does not scare anyone. I'm just being honest with you.
He doesn't.
He's not.
He doesn't.
If you have like a Mike Evans or a DeAndre Hopkins or some type of player like that on that side, yes, there is reason to be scared. So it's gonna free up a Rashee Rice.
We gotta stop saying D Hop or
you never know. You never know.
Man, I don't think so. But hey, way to be optimistic about it.
Well, I'm being optimistic, but it could not happen. So,
Miami, Kansas City, the only two teams with one loss. 7 teams with 2 losses. Oh, by the way, shout out to Patrick Mahomes, real quick. He's 80-20 right now. He's the fastest in the NFL history to win that many games in 100 games. And the only player to ever win 80 games out of 100 and do it by the time he's 28 years old, just turned 28 years old.
Okay.
So
one of the best to ever do it.
Oh my God, dude, he is going down. I'm telling you now, if they don't already see it, he's the best to ever play this game.
Sometimes I wish he did play his rookie season so he could have those rookie records as well.
Yeah,
but you can't have everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why haven't we seen anything out of MVS this year? He would be big, would flash big consistency last year. Seems invisible this year. You know what?
That's because he had flashes. That they were just flashes.
But if you remember this, last year they were all in the latter part of the season. He really didn't have any flashes
also correct.
He didn't do much in the first half. He was brought in, as we've said numerous times, he was brought in as a decoy deep threat.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he really, and he did exactly what he was supposed to do last year, and it worked out. This year, the problem is that I think they're trying to get everybody acclimated that's new. You know, Sky Moore showed up today. Rashee Rice just shown up pretty much every time he's on the field. Travis Kelce lowered, like I said, we talked about lower ankle injury, and still showed out. We have the weapons. If Justin Watson is out for a few games, that I'm hoping that it's something minor. I asked, and I haven't gotten a text back yet, and I don't know why, but if it's something that is, not the way he was shaking his foot and the way he was down for as long as he was down, it gives me a fear that it's a little bit more than just an elbow injury. I'm hoping that's all it is. Maybe it's just something simple, but Justin Watson is a great player, runs beautiful routes. I think he's one of the most underrated wide receivers in the league. So Rashee is that guy, Chiefs Live. You're right. He is.
Mm-hmm.
He's
He
good,
is.
man.
He's good.
The kid
Like
is
Phillips.
a beast.
Absolutely.
Man,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's just shown up and shown out every time he gets on the field.
Mm-hmm.
More
He's going to show out in the X position.
Exactly.
He's going to
absolutely
show out. I love it.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Who's your guys' offensive MVP? JP, we're going to start with you. You can do myself, and then we can do this. Or who would you say your offensive MVP for this game? I know it's difficult because there's not much offense, or we can substitute offense with special teams. Maybe who's your special teams?
I gotta give Butker his props.
Mm-hmm.
60-yarder would have been 70 if it needed.
That's who my special teams guy is for sure.
Yeah. But as far as offense is concerned, man, I honestly, you can give it to Travis Kelce all day long. But you know what you're going to get out of Travis Kelce.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give it to Rashee Rice.
Okay, that's fair. Fair.
I'm giving it to Rashee Rice. The kid's just too good.
He
plays like a veteran. He does.
He is showing up and showing out.
Yep.
For me, if you want to talk special teams, I got to talk Tommy Townsend, who was just on the injury list, who was just on the injury report, and he came out and boomed that one punt, and we almost had that safety, but Russell Wilson decided to start running, but he boomed that punt, so he gets my special teamer of the night.
Okay.
Pacheco gets my offensive guy of the night because they're trusting him, and he is not letting that trust go to waste.
No, he's not.
He's not.
He is not, and he's not only running the ball, he's catching it as well. Things we never would have trusted. We never would have trusted Clyde to do in year two. Nothing. So I gotta give it to him.
Yep. I would have to say I got to give mine. I would say I have to give mine to Kelce. I mean, it's the way to gut it out. He had like 57, almost 60 yards in the first quarter, and just continue to battle. Yeah, the injuries there, but the Chiefs have been working on that ankle, so it's probably gonna be a thing where he's gonna be dealing with it for the year. But they know how to fix those issues, so that's good as well. So I like what Kelce's been able to do. I mean, he pretty much single-handedly by himself got open whenever they need him to get open, he got open, and it allowed for the Chiefs to drive down the field. So that was great. Who's your guys' offensive Jeep? Excuse me. Sorry, it's been a long day. I don't want to go to
it has been.
Yeah, who's your guys' defensive MVP? Go ahead, JP, and we'll do this and myself.
Man, I wish I didn't have to pick one guy because it's hard.
I hope you don't pick my guy.
Man, I'm going to give it to Watson. The kid is always there. He's aggressive. I understand he got a penalty against him, but man, he's always there. I was going to give it to Justin Reed because he showed up, but I like Watson, man. I like what he's able to do for a second-year guy, and I think he's really good, and I want to give him his props today.
Okay.
Who you guys got? What's up, Thiz? Who you got?
I actually got the other Justin, but
Oh.
Justin Reed. Reed
Yeah.
balled out today,
Yes,
and
he
he's been he's been the one yapping about how good this defense is, like giving them props,
Mm-hmm.
letting everyone know, hey, we here, we're coming, we're doing a great job, and we ain't gonna let up. He made sure to keep the foot on the pedal tonight, and he
Mm-hmm.
showed the heck up, and I
Yes.
appreciate him for that,
Mm-hmm.
big time.
Exactly. Yep. I would have to say before we end the night, I would have to say my defensive player. I'm gonna have to give it to Bolton. I mean, came out there, immediate impact, read the play. Russell Wilson didn't even see him, drop back into coverage, knew that there was help on the side, knew someone was behind him, dropped back. It's the most easy interception you're ever gonna get, and it was constantly in the backfield making tackles. It was smart that they let him rest for 2 weeks. He is going to make a huge addition continuing with his defense. People used to say all the time, he's a liability in pass coverage. Not tonight.
No.
I know
Not
Russell Wilson's
tonight.
not good, but not
And
tonight. He did a great job.
And I'm going to tell you, during the broadcast tonight, I mentioned that I'm almost at the point where I'm willing to put three linemen up there and make a 4 linebacker set, a 3-4
Yeah,
every
3-4.
so often,
Mhm.
because our linebackers are so quick, they're so smart, and they know they get where they need to go and they get there quick. I love our linebacking core.
Mhm.
Yeah. They got to figure out how to hang on to Willie Gay. I'm telling you, Willie Gay is the most athletic linebacker I think I've ever seen,
Oh yeah.
and they really need to figure out a way of hanging on to him. But I agree with you, Thiz. They're all just dominant. I mean, you got 4 great, phenomenal linebackers. Leo Chenal, he was great tonight. I don't know if you
Yes.
noticed, but he was on fire
He did
tonight.
good. Mhm.
Like at one point, I wanted them to put the red dot on Russell Wilson and just have Leo Chenal just shadow him all night for real.
Yeah. Well, the one thing
He
we've
can do
learned
it.
tonight, guys, Russell Wilson's
What's
not
that?
good.
Oh, come on.
We
We
knew
knew
that.
that.
I
We
mean,
knew that.
look, he's not even. I'm just trying to figure out how they're going to get out of that contract. Who are they going to find? I understand his numbers look better this year. That's okay. His numbers do look better this year than they did last year. But he is not a good quarterback anymore. He doesn't even have the speed anymore to get away from anybody.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, Justin Reed put the hammer on him too.
Mhm.
Somebody said it looked like, I think it was Al Michaels said, "Oh, they got away with one." No, he hit him in bounds. It was legal. That was a legal hit. He absolutely hit him in bounds. He just put the hammer on him. But I'm just saying that team, Sean Payton has a lot of work to do if he wants to get back to his somewhat, if you want to call it,
He has to
glory
tear
days.
that team down to the bare minimum and then build him back up.
But he also has to tear himself down and build himself back up because he needs to humble himself, and I'm hoping that's what.
I don't think this was all his fault. He did inherit a roster and a team where it's like picks to just not hit, and he's dealing with that right now. So
but he went through the draft, right?
He did go through. I'm talking about the before.
Oh, I know.
Draft.
Yeah.
So I think there is some leeway. Like they shouldn't have lost 70-20, but look. Russell Wilson is not that good, and this was a move that was made before him. I don't think he would even made that move, if I'm being honest. He wouldn't have done that. But he's using it now to see what's going to happen in the future. Russell Wilson might get benched in a couple weeks.
Bro, he would have made that move. That's basically
I don't see him.
You
think he would have?
It's basically the exact move he went for with Drew Brees.
Yeah, but Drew Brees was a better quarterback.
Drew Brees was hurt, though, and it was
Drew Brees was a better quarterback. At that time, Drew Brees was a better quarterback at the time, but he also didn't have the resume of Russell Wilson. He didn't nearly have the resume of Russell Wilson with Russell Wilson's stats, because Russell Wilson is still a top 10 quarterback out here in these streets. He might not have taken on that contract. He might not have gave him an extension, but I'm not so sure he wouldn't have actually traded for him.
I don't know. I mean, it's a weird. I don't know. I can tell you this for sure. At one point, he did not want to go to Denver because of Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, we already saw how bad Russell Wilson was at that time.
Well,
And if
it
I were
was-
him, I would have never taken that job because I'm in there with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, Andy might retire in the next 5 years, and I plan on being there past 5 years if I'm Sean Payton. But that's an uphill climb. These are the Super
it's a
Bowl
big uphill
champions.
climb. Yep.
Mm.
Kyle Brandt had me almost crying today
Mhm.
because he did a little segment about the AFC West. And he said, you know what? Last year I did this and I'm not doing it again. The Chargers could be that team. The Raiders could be that. Look, he said it's Kansas City and then everybody else below.
Thank you.
Kyle
Finally.
Brandt knows what's up.
Mhm.
He knows what's going on. And usually, I got to be honest, he's one of those
Wishy-washy.
wishy-washy type of guys to a degree. He's not like Shregs or even like Nick Wright that if he believes in something, they believe in something. But he
Mhm.
wasn't that guy tonight.
Mhm.
I don't know that Sean Payton would have made that trade. I don't think
he would have. I think he would have went another direction because so much.
You're right. I mean, that's too much money, man.
He probably
he's
would
like-
have, but
he's
I'm
like-
not sure he would have. Not for sure he would. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, when he got Drew Brees, Caleb's right. He got him injured and on a cheap deal as a rookie.
Low
It was a
upside.
1-year deal.
Mhm.
I mean, he was with the Chargers for I think a year, right?
He was with them for like 3-4 years. He was up and down.
With the
and finally-
Chargers?
Yeah, Drew was with the Chargers.
I didn't think he was that long. I thought maybe it was.
He was there for a few years, and then they basically took Phil Rivers to be the successor because they thought he was better.
Yeah.
The equivalent to that is Geno Smith at this point. Now,
Yeah.
Geno Smith going to the Seahawks. There's nobody out there the same way. That would be the equivalent of Daniel Jones, them taking Daniel Jones off the New York Giants. But I know we got to wrap it up. I'm just saying, I don't know if he would. I'm not so sure that he would have made the right decision there either. So,
Yeah, you know what? It is what it is.
indeed.
We're 5-1. There's only 2 teams out there that are 5-1. We're one of them. What did he say? Oh, he said Kelsey hell of a performance after coming back injured. Oh, I agree. Absolutely agree. That guy is he's built different. I mean, we got a lot of guys that are built different on our team, but man, I don't
He's
know.
an Iron Man.
Yeah, he is. And well, anyway, we're 5-1. We're playing. Who is it next week? Who do we play
In
next week?
10 days, I don't
In
even
10
know.
days. Yeah, I can't remember now. Man, my brain's
They play
not
the
working.
Is it the Chargers?
Oh,
the
it's the
Chargers.
Chargers. That's right. Because
And then we play the Broncos again.
Yeah, then we play the Broncos again. We can see what's coming, but we also have to realize, last thought, we have to look at anything after. When we get to that Miami game, that's when everything starts to change. Really, when we
Infinitely
get to the
more
Chargers.
difficult.
Yeah, even really, it's the Chargers. I mean, the Chargers, even though they're not the greatest team out there, they always give us fits. So we have to really be prepared, and our defense has to continue to do what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So-
That's just the way it is. So, with that being said, hell of a game. We didn't get nothing given to us, and had some stuff taken away, but nothing given to us. So that narrative needs to end, and we will talk to you guys again on Tuesday. We appreciate
Is it
everybody
Tuesday?
for joining. Oh no, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. No, yeah, it is Tuesday.
Yep, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tuesday. Yeah, I
Mhm.
keep forgetting what day it is. We will talk to you guys again on Tuesday. Peace out, everybody.